Hey guys, Clumsy here, and I'm so happy to share with you the updates from the build that just got released today, build 1.8.3.0. Wow, that's a handful. Let's do this. So first, let's talk about performance. They did include a lot of performance updates on this one. CPU, GPU optimization, so you will probably encounter better frame rates overall. Your mileage may vary as always, but one thing that has been consistent across the board at least is the loading times. Know that press any key to continue thing, that loading time right after you press that key, any key, that loading time has significantly been reduced. For my case, from a 1 minute 30 second loading time before, now it's down to around 20 to 30 seconds, so quite significant improvement. And as you can see in this takeoff, pretty smooth frame rate overall, much better than before. If not in the actual raw frame rate, then at the very least the smoothness, so I'm really liking that one. To improve performance even further, they also added an option in the graphics settings. This was previously a workaround that was found by the community. Now they made it official. You can actually change this setting now, the refresh rate for the glass panels. So you can set the refresh rate to low, medium, or high. And you can see here the difference from before I change it to after. Much smoother frame rate on the glass cockpit on high, but some depending on your PC, especially your CPU power, you might encounter frame drops there. So you can tone that down now officially directly in the graphics settings. Next up is ATC, air traffic control. There are now new voices.
Legazpi Tower TBM 1 Charlie Lima 14 miles northeast inbound RNAV runway 24 approach.
Now that's old, but this one.
TBM 1 Charlie Lima, Legazpi Tower. Cleared RNAV runway 24 approach. Altimeter 29.79er, wind 189er at 14.
Now that sounds pretty cool to me. There are supposedly 3 voices now. I've only been able to hear 2 so far, so keep on the lookout.
Cleared RNAV runway 24 approach TBM 1 Charlie Lima.
I've also seen that if you change your pilot avatar in the settings, you can change to a male or female, what kind of look. It should also change your voice when interacting with ATC automatically, so that's pretty cool. I'll have to test that one time. In terms of ATC guidance, phraseology seems to be still more or less the same. Not the most accurate, but seems a little bit better. And the guidance when it comes to vertical navigation, the descent instruction seems more accurate now. At least in this flight I did, they gave instructions on time and supporting the arrival charts, the altitude restrictions, and I got into the final approach fix just on the right moment at the right altitude. So hopefully that's an improvement. We'll see as we go.
Descend and maintain flight level 210 TBM 1 Charlie Lima. TBM 1 Charlie Lima, descend and maintain 11,000 feet. TBM 1 Charlie Lima, you are 21 miles north. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect RNAV runway 24 approach via MyCar transition. Cleared to MyCar.
Now this is a big one. Autopilot. It might be different per aircraft, but I'll be focusing here on the TBM 930. I noticed the autopilot in general is a much better experience. As you can see here, I'm playing with flight level change, and it seems to be following the indicated speed much more accurately. It can go beyond that 10-degree pitch now. Before it was locked maximum to a 10-degree pitch. Now it all depends on what airspeed you set, and the aircraft would pitch accordingly. So that looks pretty good. Also, upon reaching your selected altitude, the sudden change in pitch is no longer as dramatic. It's more gradual now. Gone are the days when you are pitching up 10 degrees and suddenly the plane would pitch you down to 0. Well, maybe just a slighter version of that, but much more improved. That being said, VNav still doesn't seem to exist. I tried very hard to set specific altitudes in the flight plan and try to engage VNav, but
TBM 1 Charlie Lima
yeah,
climb and maintain
nothing.
flight level 270.
Jumping on to Avionics, in particular changing the flight plan mid-flight, I found that it is much better working. As you can see here, I'm trying to go direct to Ragay, that waypoint up ahead, trying to skip a couple of waypoints in between, and I seem to be going the right direction, but in terms of the map itself, it still is a bit weird. Like, it allows me to go direct, so there's a line direct to that new waypoint I wanted to go to, but the existing flight plan is still there, so it's a bit confusing. So I continued trying to fiddle with the settings, tried to go direct to Naga, November Golf Alpha, and yeah, it seemed to be a bit conflicting, but when I actually got there, you can see here, the map updated and it didn't make me go back to the previous waypoints anymore, which is a great thing, because that usually was the problem. You could go direct, but after you arrived at that certain waypoint, you'll have to go back and go through all the waypoints you skipped in the first place. So happy to see that's no longer happening. Hopefully that keeps up. You guys let me know if your experience varies. Now here I'll really have to lower the volume because I'm going to speak over ATC, but here I am plugging in the approach and RNAV 24 with the MyCar transition. I press the load approach key and well, we're not there yet, and there we go. So the waypoints updated, nothing got ruined, so far so good. I really hope that keeps up. This next one I am not 100% sure about because it's not officially in the patch notes, but I seem to have noticed that the turboprop logic in the TBM at least is better now. There is a known bug, we even filed actual Zendesk tickets on it, that the turboprop logic is wrong in that when you increase your altitude, when you climb, the torque increases instead of it decreasing as you climb up. That seems to have been fixed now, and I can actually move my throttle forward bit by bit more as I climb, but I'll have to do more experiments on it. But you guys let me know if you've tried it for yourself, but things look pretty promising. Even the ITT, the different temperature changes when inertial separator is on, the torque changes seem to be much better even if not yet fully study level, so that's a good sign. Let me know what you find out. One more notable change is the weather fix. Now this problem is most apparent, I believe, if you are flying in the Americas region, where you get this 225 at 3 knot wind however high you fly. So now that's been fixed supposedly, although I haven't tested it myself, so you guys let me know. So far in this flight that I did, I got proper winds. Actually, as you can see here, we are entering a pretty crosswindy approach here, so I'll have to do a side slip maneuver, which I am not very good at. But aside from that, so many other updates, in particular with the airliners, a lot of improvements there, so I'm looking forward to some videos that focus more on that. We'll see how it goes, and I'll leave a link in the video description for a more detailed changelog for everybody, the official link, so you can check out all the items. But yeah, those are the items I wanted to really focus on. Those are more apparent for my case. Anyway, I'll leave you guys with the landing. Spoiler alert, it's not the best, but not too shabby. Alright guys, I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. Hope you are excited as I am to explore this new update. Let me know what you find out in the comments, and let's all enjoy Microsoft Flight Simulator. Man, I'm loving this.
CBM 1 Charlie Lima, turn next taxiway.
New ATC voice hype. Thanks for watching guys, have a nice day. Looking forward to your comments. Clumsy flying, and bye-bye.